Hi and welcome to this new episode of Let Me Tell You. I'm your host, Melanie Katharina, and today's episode is about not lowering your fucking standards. I had the wildest fucking ride in the past few days. It's insane. And it's in the middle of the night while I'm recording this, but as Gala Darling said, when the muse comes to your fucking bedside, you don't tell her you fuck her later. And so this is what I'm recording today. I took the opportunity to try something new, and I tried it the past few days, and it's like so crazy how we lower our standards for money, for appreciation, for love, for being accepted. It's like so fucking crazy. Really. It's like I dreamed in the past few days that I was lowering my standards in a dream. And I was questioning myself, even though I had doubts about this thing in the dream. Even though I had doubts, I was questioning myself and was lowering my standards in the dream, which was happening in real life. Like the story in the dream was like, of course, so crazy that I was thinking like, what the fuck is going on? And the thing is that my life in the past few days looked exactly like that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was lowering my standards. I was like thinking I do this for me, and I can push through, and I can do this more and more and more days. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And the thing was, my body was screaming that I can't. And like the whole experience felt icky and crazy and stuff like that. And I still continued and I still said, yes, of course I do it. Of course I come another day and stuff like that. It was just like my body was screaming, no, the fuck not. And today, like 2 days in of this experience, my body is aching in places that I didn't know existed. You know, like my back is aching in a way that I never experienced before. And this all because I was lowering my standards. I was going beyond my boundaries and stuff like that. And you can feel that in your body, and people tell you that that's okay, that this will pass, and that you will get comfortable with this situation. The more you do it, you know, the longer you do it, the more comfortable you will get in your body, because your body will get used to it. That's the word that I was looking for. It gets used to it. And that's the biggest alarm sign, when your body gets used to the pain that you feel every single day. And it can be mental pain, it can be body pain, it doesn't matter. When someone tells you you will get used to it, fucking run. Fucking run. That's the biggest alarm sign, the biggest red flag. And this brings me also to coming back to Swipe to Your Perfect Match, the manual, and why I wrote it, because it's not only about finding the perfect partner. It's having standards, it's having boundaries, it's loving yourself deeply and dearly so that you don't fucking lower your standards. Oh my goodness. And this is just so crazy, because I was like thinking I'm just playing into my comfort zone when I deny myself to try this. And this is just my feeling, my comfort zone telling me that I'm at the edge of it. no, it wasn't my comfort zone. It was me lowering my standards. And every time I went over my boundaries, again and again, of my body and of my mind and of my standards, my system was screaming. And every time I got home, I was like crying or feeling cryy. And it's just, we really unlearn to listen to our body. We never learn to interpret our dreams so that we know what our dreams are telling us. And oftentimes, when we have vivid dreams where we are irritated when we wake up by the story that we experienced in the dream, then it's definitely a sign that something is irritating us in our life right now. And it's our responsibility to open our eyes, because our dreams is our subconscious talking with us. And our subconscious realizes everything. It just speaks in a kind of different language than we do, because we don't want to look at it. We don't want to see the truth immediately, because otherwise it wouldn't be a blind spot. And that's why the subconscious has to take over and say, look, girl, this is going on right now and you don't love it. And look closely to this topic. Where are you going over your boundaries and stuff like that? And I can't stress this enough. Never lower your standards for anything. Not for a partner, not for a job, not for I don't know what, not for a house, whatever you are looking for in your life or you want to change in your life. Really listen to the signs. And when something is lower than your average standard, then oh my gosh, it's not the right thing. The universe just tells you with that, listen, girl, this is not the right thing for you. Try again with something else. And like I did this with dating, and there I really the light bulb went on with dating for me. And I really can relate over relationships very well to other areas in my life. And having experienced that in relationships, when you date someone that has a way fucking different view than you do, and in a bad way, then this is not the person for you. If your standards are that this person, and this should be your basic standards, that this person is kind to you and they are not, then girl fucking run, or boy fucking run. And it's just we learned from a young age that we decline parts of ourselves that seem not lovable, because our parents, as much as they are trying, they only love us conditionally, because they never learned how to love someone unconditionally. So every time we experience something that is similar, or that we reject in ourselves and that God rejected when we were a child, then we feel ashamed and we are like, I can't do this. And this is where people pleasing starts. We are like, I can't do this because I have to be loved, I have to be accepted. When I do it like that, people will hate me, people will reject me, people will abandon me and stuff like that. And now I break it to you. You are always unconditionally lovable. You are always accepted, you are always loved, you are always appreciated, and you are always worthy of everything you desire. We just learned that we don't feel this way every time. And I'm learning the hard way right now to love myself in moments where I want to fucking people please and where I want to go so far over my own boundaries and throw my standards into the wind just so that I will be loved and appreciated and feel worthy. Because I met some kind people the last few days, but I am not the perfect match for them. I am not. And I have to admit that today to myself that I'm not. And that's devastating. And I can really relate to that feeling of when you, let's bring it back to relationships, when you meet someone and you find that person amazing and it's a kind person and everything is good, but you don't feel the spark or something like that, or you see a few differences where they are just not your perfect match, and how hard it is to tell them, I'm sorry, but I have to end it here and right now because we aren't a perfect match. And because it's a feeling, I can't explain it. I can't mention to you what it really is, but I know for sure that we don't match. And listen, I'm not just talking here. I did this in my dating history. I did this before I wrote Swipe to Your Perfect Match, and a few months before I found my perfect match. I said this to a person that I really enjoyed, that I had interesting conversations with, like 6-hour conversations where I was so blown away by the conversation. And the person was so kind and nice, but I knew in my heart that this is not my partner. I just knew it. And that's what I told him. And he accepted it because I was clear what I wanted and I was stating it kindly but clearly. And when you state to a person or to a job or to whatever it is, if you are looking for a house or an apartment and you tell the agent, I'm sorry, this is not the right house for me, it just doesn't feel right, and you are clear on your own decision and act on it, the universe will always provide you with something better that really suits you. It's kind of a test, like the universe is testing you if you will say yes to an old pattern or if you choose to stand with your standards, with your boundaries, with what you truly value. And for me right now, in my situation, the universe tests me if I stand with myself, if I abandon myself and do the thing that feels people pleasy and good, because then I support other people and am loved and appreciated and or am I standing with myself? Am I standing with who I am and what I value, and tell the people, I'm sorry, but this is not it for me. I'm not the perfect match for what you are looking for. I'm sorry for that. And that's that. I hope this conversation, this audio supported you in getting clearer on what you want and find that clarity within yourself and uphold and uplift your standards to something that feels good every day, that feels like a green flag every day. Not just sometimes, but most of the times. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for listening to my 1 a.m. audio that I needed to record right now. And let me know what you think on Instagram or in the comments. I think you can also make a comment on Spotify. On YouTube, you can make comments. I would love to read what you think of this whole audio and of having high standards that are good for you and therefore good for everyone. Because if you aren't and I have to say that quickly before I end this audio, but if you aren't the perfect match for someone, they aren't the perfect match for you. Of course, you know that by then, but you hold them back either to find their perfect match. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship, if it's a job, you occupy that space by staying because you want to lower your standards, you want to betray yourself, you want to abandon yourself. And like, if that isn't enough, you hold the other person back too, or the job, or the clients, or whatever it is that you're dealing with. When you aren't a full perfect match with something, then it's holding you back and it's holding the other side, the other party back. And that's what I want to end this audio with. Thank you and good night.